I asked my husband to help me with household chores, and he told me that we should just divorce. Now he's begging for my forgiveness because I called his bluff. I work full-time, pay 85% of our bills, and do all of the cooking, cleaning, shopping, laundry, running of the household, etc. My husband also works full-time, but after work comes home and immediately takes his work clothes off, throws them on the couch in my living room, and goes into the family room to watch YouTube. I have repeatedly asked for help and have gotten the runaround. The last week and a half or so, I had been running 80 miles an hour getting ready for the holiday this week. I was cleaning the house, washing the bedding in the guest room, cleaning the fridge, doing all the bits and pieces that you need to do to host family for Thanksgiving. I was also doing all of my daily things as well. For example, on a typical day, I wake up, make sure his, mine, and the baby's lunches are packed, she's dressed for daycare, my work bag's packed, drive to work. After work, I drive to the daycare to pick up baby girl. Often taking meetings via phone on the commute. Do any errands that need done, come home, immediately breastfeed the baby, start dinner so we can eat once he's home, give the baby a bath, let her play while I clean off the table, do the dishes, clean the kitchen, tidy up, feed her again, get her to sleep, and then finally take a shower myself. It's basic daily tasks, but I don't stop until 9 to 10 at night. Last week I asked again for help, but was told that he needed the break because he is tired. I naturally told him that I never get a break, and I'm tired too and need help with the house. And if he can't contribute half financially, he can at least contribute half of the cleaning. He shut down and just gave me the silent treatment for 2 days, then asked me if I wanted to go to his mother's house with him and the baby. I said only if he wasn't going to ignore me the whole time. That was the match that lit the fuse. He exploded. Evidently, I have done nothing but bitch for the last 3 years. He hates cleaning and isn't going to do it, that if him contributing is such a big deal, then we should divorce. I asked him to explain what that looks like to him. He said, I'll get an apartment and sign the house over to you, refinance it in your name. We'll split custody 50-50 and split her expenses 50-50 as well. He then stormed out of the house and went to his mother's until about 1 a.m. The other day I asked him how his apartment hunting was going and he said, what? I told him I thought he was right. I had been bitching about this for 3 years. I'm miserable and he's not helping make my life easier. I agreed that divorce is the best option. He then said, I only said that to scare you into shutting up. As someone who grew up in a toxic and abusive childhood, this immediately shut me down emotionally. Like I look at him and I feel nothing. He's trying now to get back in my good graces, bringing flowers, chocolates, and all it does is make me angrier. Update. I filed for divorce. Our divorce should be final by mid-June. He fought it for a few months, but finally seems to see that I can't move on, and I won't let him rug sweep it anymore. That's not to say we didn't have our drama. Lord knows we did. Fortunately, nothing too physical towards me. He grabbed me a few times, trying to force me to stay in a room to get yelled at, but I set him straight real quick there. His threats were mostly towards self-harm. The first time was back in February. He was still in denial that I had filed and was very angry about losing the best things in his life. He threatened to go downstairs and take his own life. I ended up wrestling his gun away and locking myself and the toddler in the bedroom. I called his brother and told him to come get him. They did. And the next day I took the gun that was unloaded and never had ammo because he was manipulating me again to his parents and said if that gun made another appearance in my home or around my child, I would ensure he was never around her again. It hasn't been seen since. A few weeks later, on their birthday, he jumped off my 2-story deck after my daughter's birthday party. I came down the hall and our 2-year-old said, Mama, Daddy fall. I walked outside and he was kneeling by my lawnmower saying he was fixing it. Obviously, my 2-year-old hasn't learned to lie yet. I text my friend and said, I'm pretty sure he just jumped off the deck. He doesn't seem hurt, but IDK what to do. As I hit send, I hear him on the deck talking to our kid. I looked out the door and he's leaning off the edge, obviously about to jump again. I lost it. I told him, so help me God, if you jump off this deck and die, I will move and your family will likely only see her once a year. You jump off this deck and live, and I guarantee you will never see her unsupervised again. You step back over that railing and get both feet on this deck right now, or I swear to God, I'll make sure of it. He stepped back on the deck pretty quickly. He, of course, wanted to then argue about how I am driving him to this. How does he not deserve to be left alone? I reminded him he had spent the last almost 4 years now breaking my heart and spirit, and I was done having this conversation. As I turned to walk away, this man grabbed my wrist to force me to turn around. I never called 911 so fast. The police showed up and took him to the hospital for a psych evaluation. I didn't want to involve the police. I tried to avoid it, but I kind of wish I had involved them earlier. He has been much more docile and accepting since. No more grabbing, no more threats. We still argue, but at least the worst part seems to have disappeared. It helps that even his parents are telling him, she called the cops on you, she's crazy, let her go. I'm fine with being labeled the crazy one. I've been called worse by better people.